You have already learned how to boost production in the towns, but in towns like your hometown, which you manage yourself, you also have control over the living conditions and can also optimize the production of your businesses. Open the construction menu. Directly in the first category, you will find all buildings that do not produce commodities. They create living space, increase the satisfaction of the inhabitants, or attract more workers to the town. Move the cursor over the buildings and see the information about them. As you can see, many buildings have positive effects on other buildings or even the whole town. The most important building, besides the businesses, is of course the residential area. Select it because you should build one. A residential area can accommodate a lot of people. This is good because most workers have families. Children, partners, old people, etc. Only about every fourth inhabitant works at all. So we need 4 times as much living space as workers. Otherwise, no new people will come to the town. If you look at the possible building sites for residential areas in Port Royale, you will see different colors. This coloring means that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. Move the cursor over one of these fields to see what the advantages are and where they come from. Here the reasons are the tavern and the chapel. If they are nearby, the popularity of a residential area increases and it can grow much bigger. But nobody likes to live near cultivation or mining companies. There's too much hustle and bustle. Sometimes there is also noise and stench. So the satisfaction of the residents decreases, and such negative influences even add up. Find a good place for a residential area and commission it. The situation is different with handicraft businesses. Here, residential areas have a positive effect because the workers have a short way to work. But also companies that supply the right raw material for the craft have a positive effect. Choose the brewery for once. The most productive building sites for a brewery are located near residential areas and grain farms, because grain is needed for brewing. The best locations would of course be locations with residential areas and grain farms nearby. Now build a brewery. Very good. By the way, if a crafting business needs more than one resource, it will receive an additional bonus for each resource business nearby. And another building has a positive effect on production. The tool maker. Select it. With the tool maker, you can make nearby mining operations like the coal mine more efficient. I think you've understood the principle. Just always take a close look at the advantages and disadvantages of such a building site. That's what the information is there for. And as always, one last thing. For many handicraft businesses like the brewery and special town buildings like the tool maker, you need a concession. You can get this from your viceroy when you have enough glory. We will talk about this in the next lesson. Welcome to the Department of Diplomacy at Sammy's School for Emerging Caribbean Merchants. Today's topic is Viceroys, the fast track to fame. Simply put, the Viceroy is your nation's top boss in the colonies. He watches you, gives you information, and shows his appreciation when you serve your nation. You can always contact the Viceroy. Get in touch with him now. Here in the first tab, the Viceroy informs you about the current situation. Especially important for you are the relations to the other nations, because you usually can't sail to the towns of hostile nations. But the Viceroy also has tasks for you. You don't have to fulfill them, but if you do, you will be rewarded with fame. Not unimportant, because without fame, you won't get concessions for handicraft businesses, no great vessels, and no town administrations. Now, switch to the Fame tab. As you can see, your current fame in England is quite capable of improvement, but this is normal because you are still at the beginning of your career. If you have collected enough fame, you will receive a fame point, which you can exchange with the Viceroy for certain privileges. England regularly sends treasure fleets from Europe to collect colonial commodities in Port Royale. Here you can see how many commodities the fleet would like you to take with them next time, and how many of them you have sold in Port Royale. This is a double deal for you. Good for your wallet, and good for your reputation. If you have a fame point in stock and enough workers in a town, you can ask the Viceroy to manage a town. Then everything will be done your way. No house or business will be built without your permission. In the end, a town will be built according to your ideas. Now, open the next section. Life would of course be much easier without our European neighbors. Here you can find out which lousy creatures are their viceroys and where they live. Thank God you only deal with your own viceroy. It is not your job to confront these sad figures with the finesse of English diplomacy. Now on to the next section. Pirates. All Caribbean pirates the Viceroy learns about are listed here. It is for your own fame and freedom to hunt down these ungodly spawn. Should you ever manage to track a pirate convoy to its hideout, you can actually smoke it out and gain even more prestige. Now, proceed to the last section, the concessions. Of course, not just any merchant can open a brewery on a whim. For handicraft businesses, combat vessels, and special town buildings, you need the approval of your viceroy. This also applies to any captain you want to hire. For each fame point, you can get a concession here. You got it? Then congratulations on the successful completion of this course. Look around a little more, and this lesson will end. The acrid smell of gunpowder steam and the crashing of bursting tailgates. Where there are pirates and enemy military convoys, there are naval battles. To make your first battle not your last, there's this lesson. To get started, select your convoy. It's anchored south of Port Royale. There are 3 types of convoys you can attack. First of all, there's pirates. You can always attack them. Your viceroy will be happy, and accordingly, your fame will rise. If you want to act like a pirate, you have to raise the black flag on your convoy and disguise yourself as a pirate. In this mode, you can also attack friendly convoys, but this will damage your reputation with the viceroy. And thirdly, there are convoys of other nations when there is war with them. If you got yourself a letter of marque beforehand, such attacks are legal because you can then act on behalf of the viceroy. It's called politics. Here you can activate the convoy's patrol mode. In this mode, the convoy monitors its surroundings at sea and attacks all enemy convoys on its own. Activate the mode now. Soon the pirate Calico Jack will pass by here and your convoy will attack him. Then you can choose if you want to join the fight or if you want your convoy to fight on its own. This sign will alert you to an incipient naval battle. Select it in time to join the battle. If you wait too long, the battle will be fought automatically. Here you will be informed about the convoys that are going to fight against each other. On the left is always your convoy, on the right the convoy of the opponent. The most important factor is the approximate fighting strength of the convoys, because usually the stronger convoy will win. Pirates often have no interest in destroying a convoy completely. They want commodities, and they cannot plunder a destroyed convoy or bankrupt merchants a second time. So if things turn bad, it is advisable to simply capitulate. Now, choose that you want to participate in the battle. You are now in the middle of a battle and you can get involved. The data of your convoy is displayed on the left, the data of your opponent on the right. Your vessels are shown below. The naval battle will take place in turns. This means that the vessels are in turn one after the other. If it is one of your vessel's turn, its field is highlighted in the display. On your active vessel, the hit points are displayed here. The more sections the bar contains, the more hit points a vessel has. If a vessel loses all hit points, it sinks. In addition, your active vessel will show how much damage a broadside is likely to cause and how strong the crew is. This strength is mainly determined by the sailors on the vessel, but vessel type and captain also play a role. Every vessel has movement and maneuvering points depending on the vessel type. A vessel can move one field per movement point and rotate by 30 degrees per maneuver point. However, a maximum of 4 maneuvering points may be used per field. Otherwise, it will tear the hold apart. The fields your vessel can reach are marked green. Now select one of these fields to move your vessel. As soon as you don't want to or cannot move anymore, select Next Vessel to end the turn. Now it is the turn of Calico Jack. As soon as his turn is over, it's your turn with your next vessel. Now move your next vessel. Vessels on red marked fields can be attacked directly. Then select Next Vessel again. You can plunge into the battle alone now, but I still have a few important hints for you. Take a look up here at the strength ratio of the two convoys. The bigger the green bar, the higher the chance that you will win. If you are sure that you will win the battle, the outcome can be evaluated automatically. Don't worry, nothing will happen yet. If you don't like the predicted outcome, you can still return to the battle. Each vessel has a tactic available to the whole convoy. It depends on the type of vessel and can be used as often as you like, but with rest periods in between. There are also captain's tactics. You will receive them during your adventures as a reward for tasks you have fulfilled for towns. These tactics are consumed when used, but can be replenished at any time. Simply complete tasks. Which captain's tactics you can use depends on the level of your captain. Some tactics are only for experienced captains. By the way, all tactics are only used on your command, so they do not exist during automatic battles. One more important tip. Cannons that you don't fire in one turn are wasted, so make sure that a vessel can always fire both broadsides during a turn. I know it's not as easy, since all vessels are limited in their maneuverability. Well, have fun sending Calico Jack to the fishes. See you at the next lesson.
Excellent. This convoy will cause no more trouble. Unfortunately, we do not know the hideout, so the pirate has not been destroyed yet.
There's work waiting for you all over the Caribbean. Viceroys, towns, merchants, dodgy characters. They all have wishes, all looking for, all needing, all offering. And there are still some legendary and fabulously well-hidden treasures. You just have to keep your eyes open for such opportunities. If your Viceroy classy shoe pinches, he will let you know where by a mark on his symbol. When you visit him, he will tell you all the details. You cannot accept or reject the Viceroy's wishes, because they are just wishes. If you just do what he says, he will notice, and you will be rewarded with a lot of fame. Now close the dialogue again. If a town is short of a commodity or otherwise has had some kind of problem for a long time, the town administration can post a task. Look north from Port Royale to Santiago, where the town offers such an order. Read it and accept it. If you fulfill a town's task, word gets around quickly and your fame increases. You will also learn seafarers' secrets and get to know new captains' tactics. In addition, these orders are often economically worthwhile because they often have to do with urgently needed deliveries of commodities. There are other opportunities in the world that you should not miss. For example, sometimes you can find castaways in the water or commodity stashes on the coast if your convoy is close enough. Take a convoy from Santiago and drive west along the coast. There I have put a message in a bottle in the water for you to find and pick up. Look, a part of a treasure map. There'll probably be more of these, and there are many ways to get to it. By the way, such pieces are always transferred to your journal. Now open the journal, and there the Treasure Maps tab. Further parts of the treasure map are stored here. As soon as you have found the middle piece, you can go on a treasure hunt. A successful treasure hunt will greatly increase your fame in the Caribbean. And while we are in the journal, open the tab Objectives. Your nation expects a lot from you. What exactly, you can read here. But you are free and independent. If you can do without the glory of your country, then these objectives are nothing more than recommendations. So much for missions, wishes, opportunities, and fame. They will help you to build a villa by the sea. My school thanks you, as always, for your interest and hopes for a positive evaluation. Grab a bottle of rum on your way out. Welcome to naval battle training. This is only an exercise. Whoever is sinking here does not end up as fish food and can try again any time.